Good Trek is good. And this was good Trek.
You better not give it a 5.
5.
No. That feels unearned. In this episode of Eat Sleep Nerd, we are reviewing the premiere episode of the new Star Trek show Starfleet Academy. Let's get right into it. I am Corey Winter, and joining me here, we got the nerdy gang of Starfleet cadets. We got my wife, Cynthia Winter. Oh, we'll explain that one in a second. We got my brother, Josh Winter.
I'm more like a captain, but go on.
Okay. And we got our nerdy friend, Christian James.
What's up?
Cynthia over there, she's got a laptop for a reason. She has lost her voice, but she has watched this premiere episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy with us. So she's going to be typing her thoughts onto this laptop, and we'll do our best to translate what she's saying.
To share my valuable opinions. He told me to use the microphone. I don't know why.
Do you want to share your first thoughts on this screen here? So, all right. So the way this is going to work, we're going to share our spoiler-free opinions, and then we'll actually give it a score, and then we'll get into some spoilery stuff. But if you have not seen this yet, we'll share just our thoughts and everything about this initial first premiere episode for this show. So you can judge for yourself if you want to go watch it based on what we have to say. And then we'll get into some story stuff. So, thoughts and feelings about this brand new Star Trek show?
They need to fire their marketing team.
Wow. All right.
No, I mean, like, I'm being... Okay, so, like, everything about the marketing leading up to the show made me super not want to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, even the tiled background that you have, like, that is the official promo work for this show.
Yeah.
That does not make me want to watch this show.
Yeah. No.
So maybe it's benefit of super low expectations. I really liked it.
Yeah, I gotta say, I actually thoroughly enjoyed this too. I was telling you guys before we started watching it that I've already pre-made a thumbnail for this episode where it was pretty harsh on what this show was going to be. But I'm going to change the thumbnail now because I got pretty good things to say about this show. Cynthia's over here saying, my witty comments are so limited by this. I agree with Josh. We were ragging on this promo shot weeks ago. Show? Was that supposed to be show?
Yes.
But she liked it.
Promo
right?
shot. It is
I typed exactly what I meant. If you read it on time, you know it.
So Christian, are you with there? Are you with us?
as the least experienced Star Trek person here, and being forced into Star Trek the last
Forced?
I mean, I didn't mean to use forced. Gently pushed towards
loving it. Yes.
Loving it.
Yep.
Anyway, the show. Okay, so as a television show in general, it used the television, like the pilot episode, cookie cutter.
We got a
things.
setup
Setup of
stuff.
it, yeah.
The setup of it, yeah. So it's kind of understandable. So I want to see it go in its
Where
own
no one
direction.
has gone before.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it still did not make me like it. There were some like nice witty parts. There was some good action, good dialogue, and some notable characters or real life characters that I know.
Yeah. So I will say, I mean, for the most part, the setup of it was pretty predictable. I wouldn't say I was really surprised by any of it at all, but they did it. And it was pretty good. And to give us some backstory on our Star Trek love, we have done a lot of Star Trek reviews on this show. We've reviewed Star Trek Strange New Worlds. We did Star Trek Picard. We've played some tabletop role-playing games for Star Trek Adventures. You can see here by our table, we've met a lot of Star Trek actors at various Comic-Cons. We love Star Trek. One of our biggest Star Trek nerds on the team is unfortunately not here tonight, but Jason, I'm sure he's watching over at home. But yeah, we love Star Trek. Josh has an awesome hoodie. Yeah, right.
It's official merch.
Warp speed.
Yes.
It's official merch.
Cynthia, lifelong Star Trek fan. But, so yeah, we did not have high hopes coming into this, but I think for the most part, we walked away pretty happy with it.
I'm wanting to watch the next episode.
Yeah, so we've only watched the first episode. There are 2 episodes out now, so if you want to do 2 episodes in one sitting, go for it. But we did not. We had to get to this recording. So we've only done the premiere episode watch along, but we will be getting to that second one, it sounds like. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Sweetheart, any additional thoughts while we have your screen pulled up? I love Robert Picardo.
Which is not a spoiler. He was in promo stuff. We knew he was coming, but that's awesome.
Yep. I don't care what they do with this show. I love that he's in it.
He is a gift.
All right.
The thing that I was worried about most, actually, I think is going to work to this show's benefit. So it's not a direct sequel to Discovery, but it is a sequel to Discovery. And Discovery, I loved the first, I guess, half of it. But then they made what is considered a controversial decision. They jumped forward in time 1,000 years. So this is the furthest point in Star Trek's timeline that we've been in.
Okay.
And for those who didn't watch Discovery, or like me, watched some of Discovery until they decided they were not really into it anymore, this takes place post-burn. And they reference the burn in the pilot, but for those who don't know, it was an event in the galaxy where all of the antimatter, the fuel, not the antimatter itself, deuterium. All the deuterium in the galaxy ignited at once. And if you happened to be in a starship when that happened, that was really bad because you died. So,
yeah.
But more importantly, it basically killed warp travel for quite a while. And a lot of the last few seasons of Discovery was trying to resolve that issue. And because of essentially the sudden collapse, because you got to think about it, when you lose travel, you lose trade, you lose communication, you lose everything. It plunges everyone into darkness. And so it didn't take long for Starfleet, especially because it got wiped out immediately because Starfleet is an armada and every ship just blew up. So Starfleet was decimated, and then it didn't take long for the Federation of Planets to start to fall apart as well. So this show takes place post-Discovery, which now makes it the furthest we've been in Star Trek's timeline. And things have stabilized enough that they are trying to restart the Starfleet Academy.
Okay.
So that's the setup for the general idea of the show. Holly Hunter is our new captain.
Captain, commander. Wait, no.
Captain?
Chancellor.
Chancellor, yes. Okay, so she's the captain of the ship, chancellor of the school.
Yes.
And half of your schooling takes place on the ship. New ship is dope. I like the ship. Pretty sick. But yeah, that's the general setup. The rest of the majority of the rest of the characters are the cadets that are attending the academy. I do like the idea that they are very much kind of throwing this together, because you have true cadets who are genuinely starting in education, but you also have mixed in a lot of existing Starfleet officers. And I wonder if that's going to lead to tension as things go on, because you got to remember, and it looks like they're leaning into this, Starfleet's supposed to be the best of the best of the best. Like, no one in Starfleet is not incredibly smart. No one in Starfleet is not exceptional in some way or another. And so is there going to be friction between people who are having to go through the schooling to join Starfleet and the people who are just kind of grandfathered in? Because, like, that would, I don't know, that just seems like it would be interesting to me. But anyway, so yeah, it's the basic setup. Robert Picardo is back as the Doctor from Voyager. That was exciting because I kind of forgot he was in it until he popped up on the screen. I was like, oh yeah! And it's looking like he's going to be like the Doctor. I don't know. That might change in episode 2. And it was a glorified cameo. I don't know. But he's doing great. He's as ornery as ever. And in a weird way, the most human character on the show. But no, like it's like Christian said, there was a lot of really great action, which again, for a pilot is kind of unusual.
Yes. So let's start with that. So just starting with the positives, let's just show the big takeaways from the what we liked about the show. I was very surprised about the action in this first episode because,
Yeah.
yet again, looking at this poster, this does not scream action adventure. This screams teen drama.
Yeah.
So the fact that the very first episode had a
Pretty
Star Trek
good.
action,
Yeah, like pretty good.
like there was peril.
There was actual peril, yes. People
Yes.
were in perilous situations.
Yes, there was explosions, bad guys.
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Love Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Again, kind of forgot he was in this until it started up.
Well, I didn't realize he was playing. This is not really a spoiler. I didn't realize he was playing a bad guy. I figured he was going to be like a Starfleet officer.
Yeah, one of the instructors or something.
Yeah, but then he
No,
shows
he a
up.
dirtbag.
Yeah,
Like a real dirtbag.
Like finger
And he is
jewelry and
having
everything.
yeah, and like he is having so much fun.
yeah.
So yeah, like that's now I'm worried like are we not going to see very much of him?
Mm.
Like I'm sure he'll pop in and out every few episodes. Like they very much set him up to be a recurring bad guy, which is good. I love that.
Yeah.
But no, I was expecting him to be one of the professors and that we'd get to see him like every episode.
Yeah.
So, that's a little bit of a bummer.
So
But
I was worried about the Paul Giamatti casting because, obviously great actor. He's done a bunch of stuff. But when it comes to like the sci-fi type of things, when Paul Giamatti's name is, it comes to mind, I always think Rhino and The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Ah.
I
So
think
I was-
that's a you thing.
I was very scared about what this could be. So,
That would have been terrible.
yeah. So glad it's not that so far. So far, it's all good for him. But yeah, so
It's all good for everybody. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like there was no one in here that made me go, "Why are you here?"
Yeah.
Like there's one character that I was irked by at first, but I ended up liking her by the end. No, like it's good. There's lots of random people. Tatiana Maslani
Tatiana Maslani. Yes.
is randomly in this.
Yeah.
Again, yet to be seen how much of a character she really is.
So at the moment, all the building for her is listed as recurring role. So I'm sure she'll be in
She'll
and out.
pop in and out. Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the name, she plays She-Hulk. Well,
And we try not to hold it against her.
Yeah, apparently she used to play She-Hulk. That's a whole other thing.
I mean, I
Um,
liked it.
No,
No,
That's
like
what
she
I-
just quit.
Oh,
she's apparently quit. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, that's what you might recognize her from, but she's the very first person you see in this show. And she was great. So actually, I'll save it for the spoiler section, but it started off very strong for me.
Yeah.
It set the stage really well.
Like it's good, but it never felt like there's a literary term for it where interesting things happen to them because they're the main characters.
Yeah.
It never felt like that. Like they set it up well enough that I believed the sequence of events as they happened.
Sure.
Like it was done, it was well written. It was well written, it was well acted. The production quality on modern day
Oh,
Star
yeah.
Trek is
Oh, yeah.
is insane.
Yeah.
And it's they're beefy episodes, at least the first couple. They're both over an hour long.
Mhm.
But I mean, from what we've seen from like Strange New Worlds alone, the production value on modern day Trek is insane. And so some of the best looking shows I've seen, period, like regardless of genre.
Yeah.
So no, it was very, very good. And at the risk of drawing ire, not that I would ever.
No.
No, again, kind of circling back to the promo stuff. So I was very concerned that it was going to be the wrong kind of woke.
Mhm.
Because Star Trek is woke, and I'm a firm believer in that. But like, sorry, I'm slipping into my Republican stancing. No, it's a great show. No, but no, it's traditional Star Trek was woke in the I don't care about the nonsense. I care about what you can do, and I care about who you want to be and what you have to offer, right? And the lesson was always that the rest of the stuff shouldn't matter. What you look like shouldn't matter. What you enjoy shouldn't matter. Like, who are you is what matters. And are you striving to be the best version of yourself that you can be? That's good woke Star Trek. This, I was worried, was going to be bad woke Star Trek, which is just everybody is special because everyone should be special. And it's just like, well, I mean, yes, everyone should be special as long as they're trying, you know? And there's been tendencies lately for that not always to be the case. Like on Discovery, for example, the captain whose name I can't remember, Michael Burnham. Basically, Michael Burnham is the best person at everything all the time. And like at no point is she shown ever working on her skills or building up to anything. And it always just works out because she's Michael Burnham. Like that's not good writing. That's lazy and it's unearned, and you always know they're going to get out of it because she's Michael Burnham.
Sure.
Like that's not the case. Every character in this pilot shined.
Yeah.
And shined not just because of an inherent quality, but because they all were willing to push past their comfort and strive to be the best version that they can be. Every single character on here had to push themselves.
Yeah.
And so that's what Starfleet's supposed to be about. That's what Star Trek is supposed to be about. Is I see who you are, and I want you to be so much more.
Yeah, nothing about the story or characters felt forced to me. It all felt natural.
No, like it was good writing.
Yeah.
Beyond the, I guess the lore of Star Trek, like especially like I keep going back to just as a television show, especially in pilots, new stuff, reimagine things, usually go for people you haven't seen or people that have done smaller roles or something like that. But they also spliced in those big actors like Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Whatever, I forget her name is now.
Holly Hunter.
Tatiana Maslani.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that one. Okay.
And one of the what was her name? Cadet Master.
Mm-hmm.
She's an old comedian from back. Because I was like, I know that voice from somewhere, and it was like that kind of thing. Plus, you know, the lore of the Star Trek, but having those type of people that can land jokes and or make the serious things serious is what pulls it off. Like the story could be great if it's acted badly. The whole show's bad.
Yeah.
So it's an awesome thing to see that everyone really committed to everything that we're doing in the show.
Gina Yashir.
Yeah.
Yes. She's the comedian. Yeah, she was a comedian. We also had Becky Lynch, WWE superstar.
Yes, I was so excited about that.
Yeah.
Which one was she?
The pixie cut-esque hair with like slight dyeing on the side.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
One of the bridge group.
Okay.
She's actually Irish, so the accent's going to be awesome.
Huh.
All right, let's touch base over here with Cynthia's. She is saying, I like that they made it feel like classic Star Trek. Do you agree, Josh?
Yeah.
Classic Star Trek?
Yeah. Those are the vibes I'm picking up.
All right. But also it made it feel like they're really just college kids. It's like what Josh said, with the mixture of kids that have spent their whole lives training for something like Starfleet with kids like the main character who have not. I like the ellipses that you have sprinkled throughout. Great. But they still made it feel like kids going to school. Plus, Star Trek. Also, I love the cadet uniforms.
Yes. I will say the actual Starfleet uniforms are still the asymmetrical, and it still bothers me.
Yeah.
They're so close to being cool looking uniforms, but the asymmetrical thing throws me off.
And that was the other thing I spotted is that in the cadet uniforms, the lining of it is really cool, but it goes into the armpit and it flares out into the delta on the side.
Yep.
Which is super cool.
As always, costume people killing it.
Killing it.
Just killing it.
Cynthia says she has not liked any gray uniforms before. She loved these.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like it. So like it's everyone has the same standard gray uniform. And then if you've declared and I love this, if you've declared your division instead of your major, get it? Because it's in a cat. Anyway, if you've declared your division, the piping is your division color.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people with black piping because they're undeclared. They haven't chosen their focus yet.
Yeah.
So it's cool. No, like it's lots of good thought made its way into the costuming. I like it.
So I was going to ask, we did a tier maker for Starfleet uniforms a couple months ago, and actually it got some pretty good views. We appreciate that if you're one of those people. But Cynthia's saying, on our tier maker for the Star Trek uniforms, I was the one that kept giving low rankings for the gray uniforms that you all loved. Don't fact check me. All right, so we've been... Oh, she's still typing. Oh, okay. But I remember not liking them. Okay. Yeah.
The only thing we universally hated was khaki uniforms.
Yeah.
Those were
That
terrible.
was awful.
Yeah. All right, so we've been talking a lot about what we do like about the show so far. Yet again, not getting into spoilers yet, but I want to know what you guys did not like. What did you not like?
We were just talking about modern Star Trek budgets, and there were some things in the CGI department that were quite looked over.
There were only a couple things that really bothered me.
Yeah.
Homeboy's face after he mutated.
Yeah, for whatever reason, that stood out.
Yeah. Why not? Never mind. Hold on. That's just. We'll get to that.
Like
That's so bad, distracting.
Yeah, like I know how I would have done it, especially since clearly after the transformation, they used prosthesis.
Mhm.
So like, yeah, like I don't know. I think it would have been easier to always have him in the prosthesis and then CGI his human head over it. But anyway, so like that to me was poor planning on the CGI. The vast majority, like 98% of the CGI was beautiful.
I would say like the terrain work going into one of the planets was. I was like, is that ice? Is that stone?
Yeah.
It was
Like I said, 98%.
Yeah.
98%. By
you
and
know,
large.
If it gets better,
Yeah.
I'll congratulate them.
The CGI on most of the things that mattered was pretty good, says Cynthia. Like I'm reading this like a book. Oh, is that it? Is there more to that thought?
You said to keep it concise.
All right. I will say, for the most part, good writing, but there was a little bit of plot convenience thrown in just to get things moving. I was, for whatever reason, bothered by the fact that within a 24-hour span, she goes from essentially a babysitter to, oh, we want you to be the chancellor of the Starfleet Academy that's coming back from the dead, to she goes and finds this lost kid that she lost 15 years ago, to getting him on board with Starfleet, to getting her uniform and everything onto the ship, and she's on the ship, and she's like, all right, let's captain this ship and get to San Francisco. All in a 24-hour period, really?
A well-fitted uniform, too.
Yeah. Yeah. But like she went
Well, I mean, it was just replicated.
She went from not in Starfleet anymore to being the chancellor of Starfleet Academy in a 24-hour period.
Yeah, that's because all real jobs come from connections and not from actually working towards it. So yeah. I mean, to me, that's not the worst thing ever. Like, someone came to her and offered her the job immediately. Even said it pretty much has to be right now.
But also the job that she's never had before.
She could have, though.
So
she was a captain.
Still, though, that's different. Anyway, point is,
she's a captain who then became a teacher, and now they need someone to teach people to be captains. I don't know. Sounds like a pretty good layup there. You might be nitpicking.
But also, they didn't have to throw in the line, I can't believe I wasn't thinking I was going to say this 24 hours ago. They could have let that line out there and let the timeline be ambiguous. So why'd she say it? They could have given her more ambiguous time to settle in.
Well, we also don't know how... She could have just said that as like a thing.
Yeah.
And we don't know exactly the timeline of that from when she got talked to then.
Cynthia's question is, my question is, why were they opening the academy without a chancellor? That's what I'm saying. Like, they're about to depart to go to San Francisco without a chancellor lined up.
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing, though.
Seems like an oversight to me.
Here's the thing, though. Like, a chancellor is kind of like a university president. That dude could disappear for like 3 months before anyone would notice he was gone. Like, she's not going to be the one doing day-to-day teaching.
Oh, I don't know. She kind of saved all their butts. All right. So any more just overall negatives before we score this thing?
I really didn't have any glaring negatives.
No.
But let me be super clear. I went into this getting so ready to dog on it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like pre-thinking up zingers and stuff. And like, nah, I got no big complaints. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Now, yet again, we have not seen the second episode, so it might get worse, but we're not using that to score this. We're just going to score this first episode. Before we do that, Cynthia is saying a couple of characters were over the top personality-wise, which I agree with. But it was just for introductions, and it leveled off, so I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Like the holographic
You set you set the tone of who these people are, and then you can mellow it out.
There is a plot point that I'm just not okay with going forward because I don't know why it's always in there. But we'll discuss that later.
All right, love that. All right, so if you're not familiar with the Eat, Sleep, Nerd scale, it's on a scale of 1 to 5. We each give individual scores. We do allow decimals for some reason, but then we all give our individuals.
Jason is the reason.
So 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, and then we all get the individual scores, and then we average them together to give us the overall Eat, Sleep, Nerd score. So who wants to go first?
3.5.
Okay, just jumped right in it. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you back up your score? Why are you giving it a 3.5?
I want to see where it goes. Not saying that the first episode left me in a weird place, but I just want to see where it goes.
Okay. Cynthia says 4.3 pilot only. I hope the show continues to develop well. Okay, 4.3. I'm going to go 4. I think it was a very strong start. Yet again, some things could have been written better for me, just as far as cohesion and overly explaining stuff goes. But I did not have any problems with the graphics. I think the production value was fantastic. Acting was fantastic. I am curious where the story's going to go after this first episode, which is probably why they put out 2 episodes, which we have not watched yet. But I'm starting with a strong 4. Strong 4.
Good Trek is good. And this was good Trek.
You better not give it a 5.
5.
No. What? That feels unearned.
I can't think of what I would have changed. Like, aside from super nitpicky things, and you know my scores don't nitpick. So,
All right.
5. Again, pilot only. We have not watched the second episode. It could take a serious nosedive. But based on pilot alone, yeah, it was good.
That's fair.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I want to watch the next episode. So, like, that's a 5.
That is a good point. We all said after this first, we were going to try to watch 2 episodes and do it all in one big video, but we just ran out of time tonight. It's getting late.
Basically, we're old. I mean, that's fundamentally what it is.
But we all agreed we wanted to keep watching. We just ran out of time. So that does speak a lot. So after that first episode, we wanted to keep watching, which there's been shows on this channel that we have not wanted to keep watching after 1 episode. So that
Looking at you, Halo.
Well, we kept watching that one. I was thinking of that Amazon show Jason made us watch.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, can't remember what it was called.
No, it was with What's-Her-Face.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
All right, so far, after 1 episode, the premiere episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy, we are giving it a 4.2 out of 5. So,
see, that's also why I did a 5. I needed to bump it up a little bit because it is like a 4. Like,
yeah.
As an aggregated review, it should be in the 4s. It is a very solid entry.
Spoiler alert! Look at that. I still have it pulled up. Spoiler alert. We're going to be getting into some spoilers for this first episode of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. So if you have not watched yet and don't want to get spoiled on what happens in the episode, please tune away, but also come back. And once you've watched it, all that fun stuff. So let's talk about what happened in this episode. I don't imagine there's going to be too much to really talk about in this first initial pilot episode, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. So we started off strong in the beginning. Very, very good opening, I think.
Yes.
Like, it's probably about as strong as you can have in a pilot episode.
Which I was very curious. My man was sitting there, and those 2 guys just got up and started beating him up.
Oh, like on the shuttle? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, but why? They were like, the pilot was just like, hey, yeah, we got the prisoner back there. And the guys were like, a prisoner? You were sitting back there. What's happening? Why they started being, I don't know. They provoked him. I get it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. But
Popo be Popo.
the thing I was going to get to with new shows, they have this thing where it's like they have their main character, right? They do something, and they're like, "Oh no, don't do that." And it was like, "How about do this?" And they're like, "I don't wanna." Okay, and then it's the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. It started out like that, and so I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, but it was a bumpy landing. It still landed for me, so I like it.
Cynthia says, I felt the same way when they introduced that storyline of do this thing, okay, no, okay, but I thought they handled it well and put enough emotion into the backstory to make it believable that he would choose the option of going to the
Avocado Academy.
Okay. Oh, she's still going. And then at the end, that he would choose to, God type Feister, stay.
It's lagging.
Instead
It's
of
really
leaving.
distracting. That's it.
All right.
No, I mean, it's for me, it was interesting. And again, these things might have been addressed in the last couple of seasons of Discovery, which I just did not watch. But like little things about how the Federation and Starfleet are operating now that are interesting, because we're 1,000 years in the future, but not all of it is very progressive. So, for example, when what's his face is still a child and the sentencing is coming down, they're sentenced to penal colonies. In Picard's time, they didn't do penal colonies anymore. Not if you were a member of the Federation. The Federation believed in rehabilitation instead of straight up punishment. And so to me, that was kind of like, oh, okay. And then later on, they kind of explained it by saying that Starfleet was going super strict and no exceptions, no leniency, anything like that. Because again, they were essentially trying to rebuild a civilization. So you don't have a lot of room for that. The one that he ended up as an adult was not. But I'm talking about at the very beginning when old what's-her-face handed down their sentencing. Clearly, she is a part of the Federation. She's acting on behalf of Starfleet.
I thought she went to a rehabilitation thing.
She was sentenced to a rehabilitation thing. Paul Giamatti got sentenced to a penal colony.
Oh, right. But was he part of the Federation?
Ooh, that's a good point. Did they hand him back to some other whatever?
Because didn't he?
He was a traitor.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
But I mean, if it's Federation handing down punishment, it would go to a Federation penal colony. I think she even says Federation penal colony. Yeah. So like, anyway, that was just an interesting thing to me. And it shows that, yes, it very subtly builds the world where it's like, we know what we're trying to achieve, but we're also acknowledging we're not there yet.
Yeah.
So like they're putting the pieces back together literally.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it's pretty consistently shown throughout history that when you're going through a time of rapid expansion and building, like things tighten up. You just don't have room for leniency. Yeah. You're too busy trying to build something. So anyway, but like that was interesting to me. And again, I don't know, maybe that was something that was addressed at the end of Discovery, but for a civilization that's trying to put things back together, San Francisco looked pretty good. And the Federation seems to have a lot of toys.
And man, that bridge is still there.
Still there.
Like, come on.
You got to know it's San Francisco.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. How else would you know?
Yeah. I feel like that bridge is kind of useless now, though, because everything is a flying car.
So in a lot of Star Trek shows, they show that it's been converted to like gardens and stuff like that.
Is
like
Alcatraz still
it's
there?
there as a monument. In the Kelvin verse, it was.
Oh, yeah.
Because Benedict Cumberbatch crashes a ship into
true.
it.
I remember that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's not there.
Okay.
But this is also 1,000 years later and at a different timeline. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, no, I mean, it was it's kind of difficult to talk about because they haven't actually shown us that much yet.
Yeah.
It was very much centered around getting the kids to the academy and just introducing the characters.
So that's actually a good point. Like, yes, there a lot happened in this episode. You know, a lot of setup for the characters and everything like that and their backstories. But did they really set up a storyline for what this show is going to be? Like, what's the story?
Beyond him looking for his mother, no.
Yeah.
Not really.
I mean, and also something that we always also talked about, like with Star Trek, that each episode could be just different.
It's true.
See, and that's going to be, I mean, I'm thinking this one probably won't be super episodic because it's clearly focusing on a linear path of going through school. But I mean, I'm betting they could split the diff a little bit, where like you will have one-off episodes where nothing for the overarching plot really happens, you know, which
Like
is
a
kind of
musical.
what, yeah, which is kind of what like the last, kind of what the last couple of seasons of Strange New Worlds have been like. It is still episodic, but there is an overarching narrative that they're pushing towards.
Yeah.
And so maybe they're going to do something like that, but just kind of with the proportions balanced the other way, where it's mostly narrative driven with one-off episodes.
Yeah, Cynthia's saying she likes that they just made it a pilot, introduced characters and backstory, but didn't set up a huge plot line. Left it open for development while letting you
I
just...
cannot type.
while just letting you get to know the characters. So,
Because yeah, like I mean, it's hard to get into. It's hard to really get into spoilers because like not that much really happened. Like
Yeah.
like beyond.
I mean, a lot happened.
I mean, yeah, a lot happened. Like it's hard to describe. Many things happened, but like in a bullet point fashion, not much happened.
Yeah.
You know, it was very heavy on setting up the characters. So I'm just going to say which characters I like and which I don't. Dr. Picardo, still amazing, S tier. Holly Hunter is the captain. Yeah, she's up there, like at least an A.
You haven't stayed up
A.
to give her a ranking yet.
Dude, no, she's got a vibe. I'm down.
The way she was just sitting in that chair. Was,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's
She's cool.
She's not like any other captain we've seen yet.
She's a cool kid.
She is a cool captain.
She's like if Miss Frizzle stayed in space.
Yeah. And I bet she won't start any war crimes. Um, Let's see. Main dude with the Dorito chest.
Caleb.
What is his character's name?
Caleb.
Caleb. Yeah.
Thank you.
Caleb.
Caleb Beer.
Yeah,
Muir.
Caleb Muir. Kind of likable, actually, when he quits being a jerk.
I thought I was going to hate him in that shuttle scene. I thought they were just going to make him this big macho guy that has a rough exterior, but he had some depth. I liked it.
Yeah. Klingon guy. Klingon guy was actually really cool. Klingon guy who really doesn't want to fight. And yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
a Klingon who's not super interested in battle or glorious death and is taking a more pacifistic thing.
Yeah.
So no, that was cool. Also, lots of Klingon crossbreeding at this point in the timeline. Lots of half Klingons running around.
Cynthia says, yeah, she likes that they made Craig the Spock type character that's going against his nature in ways. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think we're going to probably end up liking him a good bit.
But yeah, so no, liked him a lot. Let's see here. Homeboy with the terrible CGI face that went on the exterior of the ship. Just kind of mid. I have no strong feelings, yay or nay,
It was
about
too
him.
cliche. Oh, the big
Yeah, it's the
big
bully,
Yeah.
but he's
They
gonna
haven't
do the
called it
right
out in the show.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So B. I just don't have strong feelings about him in either direction. And then little chick whose primary skill seems to be getting in other people's business. Hold on. Not Gemma.
The brows.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Genesis.
Yeah, Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
Genesis.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's doing a very good job of coming across as a Nepo baby because she's the daughter of an admiral.
Yeah.
And you feel like someone I would be annoyed with in real life. So
And let me interject with that too, is that's what I was talking about, is that implementing like a pseudo love triangle, I'm over it. This is not the place. I'll hate on it every episode.
That's
I
fine.
hate to break it to you, but it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Yeah,
we know it's gonna happen,
yeah.
but like,
didn't need to.
yeah. Anyway, so like, D for her.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The cadet master, played by the comedian, love her. Need more of her.
Yeah.
S. Am I forgetting anyone? Anyone major? Was that pretty much it? Oh, and then Paul Giamatti, obviously S.
Obviously.
S and everything forever.
I mean, yeah, no, those were the highlights. Those are the big
Yeah,
characters.
like I mean, very much leaning on the positive scale here. Like it's good characters that I think will mix and intermingle in interesting fashions.
Yeah, Shinsuke saying even the lower rankings were just because they were kind of cliche to start. I think they'll develop. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, every pilot ever, like if you take any of your favorite shows ever, go back to the very first episode. Everyone is a cliche of the character they eventually become.
Mhm.
So no, like especially for a pilot, huge grace period. None of these are like sunk characters, but yeah, like very much leaning on the good end. Like I think this will be an interesting show.
I do have one big negative. That freaking San Francisco song at the end.
That was
Yeah.
weird. That was a choice.
That was definitely a choice.
That was a
I hope they
choice.
stop making those choices.
I mean, like it wasn't like horrible.
Cynthia's saying it wasn't the best, but I wasn't as put off by it as y'all were. I don't know. I hated it.
That was not a good choice.
Only because it was so on the nose. But like it didn't break it for me. Like it was fine.
It says a little
Or
too long.
it might have could have also been the iteration of it.
Yeah, that didn't help.
Wasn't my
Yeah.
favorite cover.
No.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't great.
Good.
Great. Yeah. Great. All right. Yeah, I think we've kind of. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, no, I think we've pretty much talked about as much as we can. I think it was, to sum it up, a nice surprise for what it could have been.
Yeah, that's like that should be the takeaway. Again, fire everyone in the marketing department. Just that.
Yeah, that's.
Nothing.
Someone designed that, someone else put it together, and then 7 people approved it. Every single one of them should be fired.
I will say this could still happen.
I mean, yeah, again, like it could be that rare show that starts off real hard and then immediately nosedives.
I will say the poster for Gen V is kind of like this.
You're not wrong.
It's
That's
real
true.
nothing. You really don't see anything. If you haven't seen The Boys, which is weird that you watch Gen V and not see The Boys.
Also true.
But looking at it, you're like, what do I expect out of this? Is it going to be just like The Boys? That would be really weird if it was. But just looking
Spoiler
at the
alert,
poster,
it kind of was.
Kind of was. But yeah, it was real nothing.
That's a better one.
Yeah, they have put out some more recent posters. This is another one.
Yeah.
That's a better one.
Yeah.
That makes me want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm sure maybe at the end of this first season, we'll come back around and give it a full season review score. Maybe by then we'll have Jason back and he can give us his thoughts that I'm sure won't align with ours, but we'll just have to see how it goes.
Real Trek is shot on film in 4:3.
That's something you would say. Please, if you have not already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@EatSleepNerd. Leave a like in this video, leave some comments down below, especially if you have tuned in and have some thoughts to share about the show as well. And also share us with your friends and family over on social media. That goes a long way into supporting this channel. And please don't forget, we have a brand new store, shop.eatsleepnerd.com. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, sweatpants, mugs, totes, a bunch of stuff, all different sizes, all different colors, all of it which supports this channel. So please go support us by buying some swag. Josh, since you are the Star Trek attired person in the room, 3 things nerds should be doing before they go check out the rest of our channel and watch this show.
Eat Sleep Nerd.
Eat Sleep Nerd. Take it easy, people.
Live long, prosper.